Hey guys, we are going to continue solving multi-step equations. The examples that I'm going to do today are a little more basic than my previous video that I have posted. So stick with me as you really focus on what steps you need to be doing and how to correctly do those steps before approaching more challenging problems. For my first example, I have 2x minus 3 equals 11 plus 4. The first thing that I want you to focus on is asking yourself, what are some things that I can combine on the same side? In this case, I'm going to look at the left side, 2x minus 3. I can't do that. They're not like terms. So I take a look at the right side, x plus 4. They're not like terms. I can't combine them either. Okay, I've taken a look at each side. They're both simplified as much as they can be. Now my second step is to take a look at what can I move from one side to the other. I notice I have constants on both sides. So I'm going to take a look. I have a minus 3 over here, a plus 4 over here. I am going to move the minus 3. So I'm going to add 3 in order to move it. Anytime you want to move something from one side of the equation to the other, you need to use the opposite operation. Since it was a minus 3, we're going to do plus 3. If I plus 3 to this side, I plus 3 to the other side. All I'm left with over here is 2x, because these cancel. Bring down my equal sign, bring down the x that I haven't touched yet, and now I know that 4 plus 3 is 7. This is what I'm left with. Now, I am going to take what I have, and I notice 2x and x are like terms. Now I want to move one of those ones to the other side. Here's what I want to do. I know that in the end, I want to have variables on one side, numbers on the other side. I'm going to move the x to try to keep my variables on this side, my number 7 on this side. This is a positive x. In order to move this x, I'm going to minus the x. Minus the x from this side. Now, 2x minus x gives me 1x. And then I bring down the 7 I haven't used yet. I now have a value equal to another value, x equals 7. I am done solving this problem. For my second example, we're going to have an extra step. Notice I have 6 times x minus 2 equals 3 plus x. This part right here means that I'm going to have to use the distributive property. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is use the distributive property and then continue to simplify. I'm going to distribute the 6 to the x, and I'm going to distribute the 6 to the 2. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 2 is 12. I brought down the minus sign because I had a minus 2. Then I'm going to have 3 plus x because I haven't touched that side yet. Now, do I have anything that I can combine that's on the same side? I look over here, 6x and 12, can't combine those, not like terms. 3 and x, not like terms, so I can't combine those either. Now I'm going to combine my constants by moving one to the other side, since they're not on the same side. Negative 12 and 3 are like terms, they're both my constants. Now I have to decide which one to move. Honestly, I would rather move the minus 12 because I know I would turn this into a plus 12, and I like that. I'm going to be adding. So I'm going to add 12 because it's the opposite of minus 12, and then I'm going to add 12 to the other side. All I'm left with over here is a 6x. Bring down my equal sign. I have a 15 plus x because I haven't used this x yet. Now what I'm going to do is combine my terms that have the same variable. 6x and x can be combined. I want to keep all my variables on this side, all my numbers on this side. I want them to be on separate sides to make my life easier to find my answer in the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this x instead of moving the 6x. So I'm going to subtract x over here, subtract x over here. So I'm left with 5x equals 15. Now in the example before, we were done when we got to this point, but now we're not because it's 5x equals 15. I need the variable to be all by itself. So now I know that this is 5 times x equals 15. So what I'm going to do is, just like I was doing up here, I'm going to use the opposite operation, and I'm going to divide by 5 to get x all by itself. Those 5's cancel, they leave x all by itself. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Sorry, my print's getting a little small down here. And in the end, you end up with x equals 3. You have a value equal to another value. Your variables all alone. Variables on one side, numbers on the other side. You're all good to go. So there were 2 examples on some basic multi-step equations that you can solve. Hopefully these examples have helped you realize the importance of those small steps and knowing how to properly do them, such as if you want to move a number from one side to the other, you need to use the opposite operation. That is a common mistake that I have seen in work. Another common mistake that I have seen is that you need to take the time to combine anything that can be combined that's already on the same side. Don't start moving stuff all around to the other sides. First check and see what's already on the same side that I can combine, then start moving things. And then also remember, in the very end, you want a value equal to another value. Not 5x equal to 15. I just want x equals 3. Or sometimes you might have 0 equals 5 and then you know there's no solution. Or 18 equals 18 and you know there is a solution and it's all solutions. So please keep in mind you want a value equal to a value. Don't stop solving until you get to that point. Good luck!